Hello friends, today I am going to speak on a serious and important topic, the psychology behind addiction. Addiction is often misunderstood as a lack of willpower or moral failure, but psychology tells us that addiction is a complex mental and behavioral condition influenced by the brain, emotions, environment and life experiences. According to psychology and health science, addiction is condition in which a person becomes physically or psychologically dependent on substance or behavior even when it causes harm. Addiction can be of two different types, substance addiction and behavioral addiction, such as alcohol or drugs, such as excessive mobile use or gaming. Addiction strongly affects the brain's reward system. Whenever a person experiences pleasure, the brain releases a chemical called dopamine, which creates a feeling of happiness. Repeated exposure to addictive substance or behavior trains the brain to crave the pleasure again and again. Reduce interest in normal healthy activity. Over time, the brain starts demanding the addictive substance or behavior to feel normal. Psychological factor behind addiction. Many people use addictive substance or behaviors to escape stress, anxiety, loneliness, or sadness. Learning and conditioning. Psychologist B.F. Skinner explained that repeated reward strengthens behavior. When pleasure is repeatedly linked with a substance, the habit becomes stronger. Low self-esteem trauma. Post-emotional trauma or lack of support can increase vulnerability to addiction. Peer pressure and environment. Social surroundings play a major role, especially during adolescence. Why is addiction so hard to quit? The brain becomes used to high dopamine level, emotional dependence develops, fear of withdrawal and failure increases. Habit loops becomes deeply ingrained. That is why addiction is considered a mental health condition, not just a bad habit. In a conclusion, addiction is not a weakness but a psychological struggle. Understanding the psychology behind addiction helps us to replace judgment with empathy and support. Recovery begins with awareness, understanding, and emotional support. The person plays having addiction should be always have emotional support. Addiction is not a it is not a lack of willpower or a moral failure, but it is a behavior and complex mental health condition. Sometimes substance addiction such as alcohol or drugs it harms a lot, but sometimes behavioral addiction such as excessive mobile or use or gaming it also harms. But alcohol or drugs not only helps harms physical but also mental health condition, and behavioral addiction only harms mental health condition. So sometimes stress and emotional pain also plays an important part in the addiction. If the learning and condition, if a famous psychologist Skinner told, repeated reward strengthens behavior. When pleasure is repeatedly linked with substance, the habit becomes stronger. So always have awareness, understanding, and emotional support. Thank you.